It is now time for the head coach of America's team, Mike McCarthy, every Friday live at 6:30 here with Sean and RJ. Cowboys, Cardinals, Monday Night Football on this radio station with Brad Sham and Babe Laufenberg. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing well, Sean and RJ. How are you guys doing today?
Doing pretty well. Coach, we were reminiscing about Kyler Murray. He's obviously a standout local high school football player here, and he came in number one on a lot of Tolo's list of the best high school players they ever saw in person.
Oh,
Who
really?
was the
Wow.
Who was the
awesome.
best? Who was the best high school football player that you ever saw in person?
Well, I was a kid, and I just remember his presence on the football field was Dan Marino back in Pittsburgh, and but I think as you go through time, I think it's more about the impact and the way just the aura that he played with back in those days.
Absolutely. What did you think of Kyler coming out? I know this will surprise you, but my QB evaluation was way off. I thought he was going to be too small and he would just get plucked and be on the sidelines over there hurt. What did you think of Kyler's college tape and him as an NFL prospect?
Well, I thought it was dynamic. When you just watch the Oklahoma tape, he was so productive week in and week out. So, and I think just the way the NFL game has changed over the years. He was a custom fit for the wide open play that exists more today than say 10, 15 years ago. So, there's no surprise to me how dynamic he is. He has a very unique skill set, and it's clearly the focal point for us this week.
Well, speaking of this week, Coach, obviously you're going into the week with a new quarterback under center after the injury. How does that change your overall game plan, if at all, going into the week?
The changes are not dramatic. I think it's just like anything. There's you have your preparation on conceptually how you want to attack their defense, and you suit it towards which your quarterback's most comfortable with. Andy is obviously has tremendous amount of experience, so there's no concepts that we lean away from. So, I feel really good about the plan, and obviously, the number of reps that he has, tied up in those concepts is a key. Frankly, the biggest change in the role and the responsibility is more for Ben DiNucci in the second seat. So, we're doing some extra work there, but we're going into the game with a full normal game plan with Andy.
When you look at him and you compare him to Dak, obviously there's a lot of things that he can't do that Dak can. What are some of the things that he does do as well as Dak does?
Well, I think particularly I always start with the quarterback evaluation with just the command of the offense. So definitely Andy's experience, and he's played a lot of football, both obviously high school, college, and pro. So he has a lot of experience under his belt. His management and command of the offense and the cadence and pre and post snap. Those are all important tangibles that are part of your thinking when you're getting ready to line up each week. So, and actually, I think he's been a real benefit to for Dak as far as his level of experience in that. So, and I think that's clearly one of Dak's biggest strengths is his command of the offense. But you get down to the conceptual and the individual selection of routes and what guy throws this and throws that better. There's a lot of similarities in how they perform in and out of the same concepts.
Mike McCarthy with us every Friday here on Sean and RJ 105.3 The Fan. What was it like with you going to see Dak, and did he stop by the facility yesterday? How uplifting was that for the team?
I think it was great for the team, but I think it was great for him just to get in here and be back with his guys. So he just has electricity about him, and so he came in yesterday morning and spent some time here, and and hopefully he can be here almost on a daily basis. So I think it's important for all the guys, and that's what you're seeing now. The guys that have had the surgeries, and now they're back in the building, and I think it's where they should be. This is we spent a lot of time together, so there's a lot that goes into this, and sometimes when guys get hurt, they feel like they may not be part of it, like they were before. But I think it was really good for Dak to be in here.
Coach, you've gone through this before when Aaron got hurt, but you walk in the facility. What's the mood like in the facility? The following days after the injury, the players kind of were obviously they're probably not upbeat, but what was the mood like?
Well, I think the extra day definitely helped us. So Monday was more of just a review day, and the players had a chance to get in here and get their extra work done, in the weight room and the flush workouts and things like that. And then Tuesday was their day off, so they really had an extra day, and then Wednesday was a half day. So I think the extra day helped us, make the transition through, everything with the emotion, of the injury and obviously losing Dak for the season.
What do you go in and say to the team, Coach? We are talking about Super Bowl aspirations. You said it yourself. If you're not looking at that, you shouldn't be in this business. But what do you go in and say to the guys the day after they lose the franchise quarterback to make them feel like the aspirations aren't totally out the window and the season's not just gone?
Really, once that ball's kicked off, as it was in L.A., it really gets down to a week-to-week mindset. It always has, in my opinion, and I think it's real important to keep your team focused that way. I mean, there's so much that goes into one game. It's sometimes being away from it for a year, you're reminded very quickly how hard it is to win a game in this league. So it's really, I mean, when you get into talk about championships and so forth, I mean, frankly, that's for preseason, and those are really answers to those questions in my view, because like I said, that's what this business is all about. But you correct everything, you pull everything together on your Monday, Tuesday, routine as a coach and your evaluation and building, and then it's just all about winning that next game.
I know you're probably not an excuse guy, but do you ever just go home or go into Jerry's office and throw up your arms and go, quarterback gone, tackle's gone, COVID off season, this is my return to coaching? Damn, like can I catch a break?
I'm not your reality show guy. No, that's never really thought. That's never correct. That's the unfortunate part of our business. It's every team goes through injuries. It really comes down to the distribution of injuries. Really what position. How many per position. That's where the real challenge is. But it's like I said, it's unfortunate, but we all go through it.
Mike McCarthy.
Go ahead, John.
Hello? Okay.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy joined us here at 105 through the Fan. Last week, we had talked about this earlier in the week, wondering, Amari Cooper played, only about 42 snaps in the game. He had a very low snap count. It almost got lost in the first half. What was that? Did he just get lost in the game, or was there an injury? What happened there?
No, we were looking to cut his reps a little bit. He's been fighting through a couple things. So, but frankly, I felt that his rep count was really high, in the first 4 weeks, and frankly, trying to utilize both Cedric and Noah, and I think as you see, with Cedric in there and the ability to set up the reverse pass and those types of things. So it's a long year. I've always dealt this way when you're fortunate enough to have 5-6 receivers that can all play, and that's always been the vision of the offense, because you want to be able to line these guys up in all 4 receiver positions, and it's just really a process of that. But I mean, no, we still think very highly of Amari. That nothing's changed there.
Coach, does it look like you're going to have Van Der Esch back for Monday night?
Well, he practiced yesterday, and today's a big day. This is the first padded practice, and so we'll see how it goes today. But he looks good. I mean, he's been a little bit ahead of schedule the whole time coming back from this injury, and so he's got the green light to go. And but today will be really tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the big day when he comes in tomorrow. See how he feels.
Why was Everson Griffin missing at practice?
Just a personal day there, so just nothing nothing in the injury category.
Zeke said that Randy Gregory looked fantastic. What have you noticed about Randy physically? We all like him as a person, always gotten along with him well in the locker room, Coach. But what are your impressions of Randy Gregory so far?
Very, very, very physically gifted. He's just kind of kept his nose down, to the grind, and has just been really working hard on getting himself back in football shape. And it was great to see him yesterday, where he's able to get some work in the team drills and in the pass rush. I know he's looking forward to today. This will be his first padded work, and but yeah, he definitely felt Randy out there yesterday. By all means, so gifted. Very, very gifted player.
Mike McCarthy joined us here at 105 through the Fan. I saw a report yesterday that the NFL will have you miss practices if you have COVID symptoms but have tested negative. Is it your understanding that you'll also miss games if you have symptoms but are testing negative, or you'll be able to play?
That's a good question. I don't know the specific answer to that. I know that when they come out with the new COVID protocols, and it's they're written by lawyers, so there's a lot of pages to them, and that's not under my direct responsibility. No, I mean, I'm just we have people that in the building that do a great job going through each and every detail of that. So I focus more on how it's applied to to our environment here in the football coaching area and players area. So it's it's something that we talk on probably once or twice a week with the team.
Coach, how do you go about stopping DeAndre Hopkins?
Well, a great question. I think just like anything, you really just study his tendencies and the components of what make him successful. And I don't know if there's you look at players when the ball's in the air, how they're able to go get the football. Michael Gallup's kind of been that guy for us, where that ball, when you go up for those, it's 50-50 ball, over how you want to describe it, but he has tremendously strong hands, good route runner, and his ability to throw the ball regardless of where it's placed is unique. I mean, he's definitely the classic number one receiver that you look to identify. But but with that, you're talking about a perimeter group that's really dynamic. This will be a big challenge for us.
Mike, we always talk about how much talent is on this team with this roster, and we know that that's pretty high. Would you say, and do you judge, how much does football IQ vary with all of your teams every year? And where's this team's football IQ with some of the penalties that keep happening and the turnovers week to week?
Well, I think like anything, it's I don't really do comparables. I think it's a great question to be asked, from the media. But this is our first year here, everybody together. So I mean, if you look at us, our rosters, there's definitely physical talent across the board. But we're still working through things, and I'm not going to put a number or a description on football or any of those types of things right now, because there is still a newness to our football team.
Last question: what did you get Jerry for his birthday?
Ooh.
Oh,
you forgot it, didn't you?
No, I actually didn't. I just his birthday, and then actually Will McClay's birthday is the same day, and then my daughter Alex, it was just her 29th birthday the day after. So October.
Wow.
I have a lot of October birthdays, so I got my 12-year-old's birthday is the 22nd, so I'm on my toes in October. So I wish them happy birthday.
But did the wife, does she get all the gifts ahead of time, or do you actually
Jesus, okay, I think we're about out of time here, aren't we?
Thank you, Coach. Good luck Monday night.
I'm a football coach. You know the answer to that question. All right, you guys have a good week.
Thanks. Can you imagine if Mike McCarthy goes, yeah, I'm on Amazon, and
That's why I blocked.
how many people?
We done?
Yeah,
We're done, Coach. Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Good luck. Good luck Monday night.